that doesn't matter. Good morning, everybody. This is Iroquois Urban Farm. So glad to have you here, and I'd love you to share the live. Don't be quiet. This is all part of the fun. Hey, everybody. Good to see you. Gosh, I get here and everybody leaves me. How terrible. Share the live, everybody. We are in a beautiful area just off Taylor Boulevard, which is an urban farm. Hi, guys. Give a wave. An urban farm that has a huge role in the city. I've just found Fatima and Carol. Good to see you guys. Come on in together and let me just chat with you a second about exactly what this beautiful urban farm is, and I'll keep you just a few feet apart.
All right, sounds good. Well, I'm Carol Cauliflower. Happy to be with you today, Tara. And we're here at Iroquois Urban Farm, which is a several acre place where food grows, and Fatima Fruit is here with me.
Fatima Fruit, that is adorable.
Basically, the farm is just where we grow all our food. Usually we would sell it at a market, but this year we're doing this to help people, especially during these times, eat fresh, healthy foods. So and right now we have okra and squash that we're donating. So
wow, and we just, no sound. What do you mean no sound? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What do you mean no sound, Catherine? You can't hear me? Hey, Dave Maurer, can you hear me? Jimmy Osland, can you hear me? Seems odd that nobody can hear me because I just had an excellent mic check. Give me a response, guys. We're out here. Sound works now. Thank you, Kelly. I appreciate that. So that's interesting because we were just doing an interview with the folks for Feed the West and for Black Market Kentucky, and Taylor and Sean Treese. And that was fantastic. So are you guys working with all these folks? Is that what you're doing, providing this food to them to distribute?
Mm-hmm. And we also, we've spoken with them before, and it's like amazing. The good thing with like farming is that like everyone's connected in some way. Like people gotta eat, and people love fresh food, especially when it's like grown on a local farm.
I think it's fantastic. So Carol, you came up with this idea, I'm assuming, and I know that I've heard your name, and it's really Gunderson, not Cauliflower, but that's okay.
That's true. That is true.
I need a farm name.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, whatever your favorite vegetable is, something you might find on a farm.
My favorite vegetable is acorn squash.
All right.
I'll be Tara Acorn.
Tara Acorn.
All right, I like that.
It's
so
very seasonal.
so tell me,
Right,
because I was born in the fall, right? So it's got to be an acorn. So just give me an idea. Do we have just kind of a layout in general here that people can get a feel for? Because I see folks working all around this entire perimeter, and it's several acres, isn't it?
It is, yeah. So we're here at Iroquois Urban Farm, which is the former Iroquois Homes property.
Right.
And we are working, Fatima and the rest of our youth community agriculture crew are working to transform this otherwise vacant lot into a vibrant urban farm.
So Chuck Hall says Tara tomato. The problem is tomato's not a vegetable. It's a fruit, right?
It depends on if you're a botanist or a chef. Technically,
I kind of like Tara
it's
tomato.
A fruit, but we treat it like a vegetable.
I love that. That's a great idea. So where are we going to go? Take us on a little tour of where we're going to walk to, and we can just talk about this beautiful farm.
Sure, yeah. So, Fatima, why don't you lead the way? We can kind of check out what's growing here. We've got some squash in the ground. And
We can start at the learning garden.
Let's start at the learning garden, and let's just talk as we go because I want to learn everything that there is about it. Now, you're a young person.
Mm-hmm.
So tell me how young people can get involved with this Iroquois Urban Farm, because this is a great project for late summer, early fall.
Well, for one, this is like a job that teens can have over the summer and sometimes during the fall and the spring. So I feel like it's a good way to keep in touch with your community with the same time like getting paid. And also we have like lots of events here, like teenagers can bring their siblings and things like that. We had a Halloween event last year where like a lot of people from Iroquois came.
Nice.
Right here we have some purple basil. Some basil. Our tomato plants aren't doing that good right now.
Oh, they're trying. There's a few there. They're working. Maybe I shouldn't be Tara tomato. Oh, this is cool. So beautiful. So basil, purple basil, and tomatoes in this box. And how about over here?
There's some basil over here.
This is all beautiful. You know, they're growing a lot of stuff down at Injustice Square, too. I don't know if you guys have seen all the beautiful gardens that are going in down there. And they're producing a lot of food, too. What are these little things here? Is that mint?
I think
more
this
basil, I
yeah.
think.
More basil?
Maybe a different variety. Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
You should grab a leaf and smell it, Tara, if you want.
Okay, I
Have
will
a
do that.
sensory experience.
Hang on, let me smell it.
Which is what we're all about here.
Oh, dear God. Woo! Yeah, you kind of rub it between your fingers, and I think I'll carry that with me. I think I'll take this basil with me, and whenever I need a good feeling, I'll take a whiff of it. That is absolutely amazing. I love it. Okay, let's continue. Tell me more about the planter boxes. This is you said it's a teaching garden or a learning garden?
Yeah, so sometimes we'll have like elementary schools out here.
Yes.
We used to have camps and things like that come out here. Like last year we had a bunch of camps and kids would come and cook and eat and pull from the garden. Here's more basil.
That's so cute.
This is squash right here.
That's amazing.
And maybe some peppers over there.
Yeah, I see a couple of little things starting to pop out right there. There's a little squishy squash.
A little summer squash.
Wow, that's amazing. Beautiful. And these learning gardens go right on down here. You can see them all boxed up. What a beautiful plan. All right, where are we going now?
We can go to this field.
Okay. Oh my gosh, this is gorgeous. This really takes me back home because I grew up in Oregon on a little urban farm. My dad and mom grew everything. We had orchards with fruits and nuts, and we had, our big vegetable garden like this. And there was just nothing like those first fruits and vegetables that you could, pull in the growing season. That was just a beautiful thing. Wow, this is amazing.
So we have more squash in these fields. We just harvested from the first 2 rows over there.
Wow. Oh, look at these. Let's go take a quick peek. Glad I wore my boots. Look at these gorgeous flowers. Is that like the flower of the squash plant? That is really cool. How long does it take for squash to grow, Fatma?
It depends. We just planted this a few weeks ago, and it grew a lot because of the rain. The rain definitely helped, yeah.
Absolutely. This is fantastic. I love it.
We have some volunteer lettuce and kale everywhere because this is where we had...
They just grow out of nowhere, huh?
Yeah, we had some last year in this field. So it's like everywhere. You can see it growing between the squash too.
Oh my God, that's terrific. So Carol, what motivated you really to begin this project? I mean, everybody always says there has to be a personal experience that touches you, that really kicks you into high gear. Talk to me about that.
Yeah, well, I certainly had one. My life was changed by the work of farming. I grew up as a picky eater, didn't want to eat any vegetables, and then, participating in the process of growing and harvesting really kind of changed me. It's a different experience than just being told, you should eat your vegetables. And also I think, we recognize that here in Louisville, there are a lot of young people with a lot of skills and passion.
Absolutely.
And they need jobs and people need food. And so why not combine all those things together into an effort where young people are really driving change and connecting the dots between, growing food, cooking fresh, healthful food, and also making sure that it's available to everyone.
So tell me about the job situation, because you're saying kids need jobs. So how are you hiring them, and how is that all being funded?
Well, there
are
a few different ways. Yeah, there are several ways in which this work is funded. It's primarily community supported, so we rely on donations and contributions from members of the community. In fact, we have an event coming up next week, Turn Up for Change. Our annual fundraising event is going virtual this year.
Caroline just mentioned that, September the 10th.
September the 10th.
She also says she loves basil.
Oh, well, it is the season.
I'll bring you a leaf to smell, Caroline, because that was quite spectacular, to be honest with you.
So we'll be generating support, between now and September 10th, and again on September 17th for Give for Good Louisville for this work.
Oh, right, good.
And we have a lot of partners, community partners also that support this work. So during the summer we work with Summer Works, and presently the program is funded by community and grant funding as well.
Oh, that's terrific. So how do kids apply for jobs, Carol?
Well, currently the best way to plug in is through the Mayor's Summer Works program.
Summer Works, okay. So you physically go to the Summer Works website, and there are applications and stuff on there. I just like to make it as easy as I possibly can for people.
Yeah, definitely.
And
there's information on our website about it.
How many hours typically does a kid come out and work?
Well, during the summer, it's about 30 hours a week.
Awesome.
And during the school year, it's more like, is it 10 or
like
12?
Right now it's like 10 to 15, but we do get paid more over the fall and spring portions because it's less hours. So it's basically like almost the same pay, and it's still very rewarding work because we have like school during those seasons. So it's like they made it like really easy for us to do both because I came from Iroquois.
I love it.
And I would just like walk here after school, and it was like an after school job. It's great.
Are you out of school now?
Mm-hmm.
And
I'm in college right
you're
now.
already in college. Good for you. And you've worked your class schedule around coming out here.
Mm-hmm.
That's dedication, and that's what you need is folks who are going to commit for the long haul.
You bet. And for a young person like Fatima, having the same job for more than a year, that's
That's amazing.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
Demonstrates a lot of commitment.
It
I
absolutely.
love this job. Like I've never had a job where I've had like this like community and friendship aspect. Like I'm not like scared to talk to my supervisors, and I like love doing all these like Zoom meetings because it's like fun to talk to people that actually want to hear what you have to say instead of working somewhere like fast food where like people don't really care what you have to say.
Well, and you get your message across very well. So thank you for being such a great representative of Iroquois Urban Farms. That's pretty exciting. Where are we headed next?
We can go to the next field.
All right, let's keep walking. I'll let you lead the way. Wherever you think that.
Muddy right here if you don't mind walking around the mud.
Wherever you want to go, wherever you think we're going to make it. I'll show you guys what I've got. See, look, this is why they told me to wear boots, because it is just, the rain has just totally created a massive mud fest, but you know, that's where the best stuff grows. So I'm going to let you lead because you know better than I where you're going. You guys told me to wear boots, but you're not wearing boots. Look at your shoes. Your shoes are mud city. This is hysterical. Oh, wow. Yeah, you're going to be up to your
Specifically this reason.
you're going to be up to your ankles here in just a second.
You should have seen it last week. It was very muddy.
So Fatima, how did you find out about Iroquois Urban Farms? Tell me about your first experience.
My best friend worked here before I did, and she was like, well, you should come work on the farm with me. And I was like, you work on a farm? That's crazy. And so
In the middle of the city.
Through like Summer Works, and I applied and I got the job.
That's
And
awesome.
we both started working here. Well, she started like before me, but now we work here together, so that's good.
Wow, that's amazing. So as you get into it, had you ever done any kind of vegetable growing, or had you ever worked with your hands in the dirt for any period of time before?
A little bit. Like I have a small garden at home, but it's never been like this.
What was the biggest challenge for you working in a large scale garden?
I guess it's just like sometimes you don't know how to fix certain problems, but we always figure that out. So
I love it. So what would you say to kids who are in high school right now for coming to work? Can they still come to work this year? Can they get into summer works for the fall or no?
no, I don't think
No.
not right now.
Okay, so we have to plan this for next year then. But when you look at these beautiful gardens, you see the literal fruits and vegetables of their labor. It's something that sounds like it would be just a tremendous amount of fun. And also to be outdoors, you know, to be working in the sunshine, getting a lot of fresh air, making friends. How many folks work here at any given time?
Right now there's me. There's usually like 10, but right now I think we have like 7.
That's fantastic.
You can see right here there's okra.
Oh my gosh, look at that. You go ahead and lead the way to wherever you want me to go, and I'm going to follow you again. Carol?
There's a flower too, if you want to check out. I don't know if you've ever seen the okra plant. It's a
No, show it to me. Come on, show it to me. This is absolutely beautiful. I'll let you go ahead of me.
Okay.
You know, I can lead, but God only knows where I'll take you.
So,
Wow.
this is the okra flower.
Isn't
my
that something?
favorites.
And the bees are in it.
Yeah, the bees are in it.
Look at that little bee. That little busy bee.
It's a great producer, the okra. Yeah, it just keeps getting taller and making more okra.
Isn't that
Many,
just
many weeks.
amazing? Oh my gosh, I love this. This is just the cool thing. Oh, there's an okra right there. Oh, look at that little critter.
And there's little purple flowers all over.
Oh, aren't they beautiful? What a gorgeous plant. Seriously, I mean, this is really, let me show you a little bit closer view here, guys. Wow. You can see the little bugs. What are they, little beetles that are on there?
I saw a couple bees.
Couple bees. There's like a little beetle right there. Yeah.
Can't really see that one.
I hope those are good beetles and not bad beetles. Look at the beautiful purple flowers too. This is just such an amazing sensory display. You know, you can smell it, you can see it, you can hear the beauty of the outdoor sounds. You know, you can taste the proceeds of all the work that you're doing, and there's such a calm about being out in the country. Honest to God, Carol, have you always loved farming, gardening?
For as long as I've been exposed to it.
Because
yeah.
you said you were a little kid.
Yeah, I was not a vegetable lover growing up.
No, me either. I'm still really not a vegetable lover, but I try really hard. I know when I was little, I didn't like so much having to go out and work in the gardens. But as I became older and realized that, you know, I could be the one to go out and cut the first plants, you know, cut the first tomatoes, bring in the first squash, bring in the lettuce and wash it and make a salad. It made a huge difference, because it was like when you realize the personal investment that you have in work, I think you take a tremendous amount of pride in it, which is really cool.
Yeah.
So we've got the end of the okra, and now you're in the swamp.
It's getting really wet.
So which direction do you want to go now? Over there? All right, how do we get across?
Yeah, how do we?
We can either walk around that way, or we can.
I think we should go back the way we came.
Go back the way we came? Woo, it sure is. Look at this, guys. Wonk, 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 wonk. So as we're walking, I'm just going to stick the mic right over your shoulder here, Fatma. You can keep going at your own speed. I don't need to slow you down or anything. What is the greatest benefit to someone in the Summer Works program coming out here and being a part of this Iroquois urban farm?
I feel like it's more of like a friendship that you develop over time with everyone here. Like, it's kind of hard not to be friends with everyone that you work with, especially when we're doing such rewarding work together and we eat together, because, you know, we like cook the food that we eat, and we're like, we are together from like the start of the finish. Like, we planted these okra. So
Wow, that's amazing. What does a typical okra crop take to grow? How long is the process from planting the seeds in the ground to harvesting the actual vegetable?
I think we planted this a while ago.
Carol,
How long does
what's the growth cycle of okra?
I don't know. It's probably a few weeks to get the first okra to produce.
Wow.
The cool thing about okra is that it just keeps on, you know, the plant grows taller and more okra keep growing.
The gift that keeps on giving.
It
Yeah.
just, it keeps on going. By the
the more
time
we
this
harvest-
season's over, those plants will be taller than we are.
Oh, that's pretty amazing.
Still be making okra.
some towards the back that already are taller than
Yeah, they're getting.
All right, so now what part of the farm are we headed to?
We did have watermelon and cucumbers over here.
Uh-huh.
We had harvested all the watermelon. It's like in this like weedy area.
Holy smoke, that's amazing.
We had tons and they were really good. We had some really sweet watermelon. And we have more that we planted a little bit after that so we can keep harvesting. But we finished one bed and we had cucumbers along this line. But
Sweet.
it's kind of like the end of the season for cucumbers.
What are these guys over here doing? Are those part of your crew?
No, there's another project
Oh, okay.
on the property.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, Gate to Hope Ministries.
Oh.
It's a community-driven effort as well.
Wonderful
So
to know.
We have urban farm neighbors on our urban farm.
You know, this is what community gardening and community farming is all about. I mean, there are so many people who need to have the benefit of what you're doing, and how tremendous that you're able to provide that. I'm just really impressed, and I'm really excited for you. And will they have pumpkins? Samantha wants to know.
Well, we have pumpkins. Well, I know there's winter squash. I don't know if there's pumpkins specifically.
We have like different varieties. I
Orange
think there
things.
is like maybe some pumpkins, because we kind of like, you know, like we had different seeds and different rows. We thought it was summer squash down there, but when we checked, it was some really big winter squash. So
Those will do, Sam. Those will do. You can put the winter squash on your porch. And you know, I mean, a lot of people say that the rainier the season is, the better the pumpkins are. Is that true?
Oh, well,
Maybe?
yeah, maybe so. I mean, they definitely need water and they take a while to grow.
Yes, so probably by, you know, late September, early October, we'll start to see the big places gearing up to sell a lot of pumpkins. But this will be nice to get your squash. Now, can we just come out here to the farm and just buy stuff from you directly, or do we have to do it through another source?
usually we do have a market that we sell right here. It's called Southside Farmers Market, I think.
Oh, great, super.
Or South Point Market.
South
and
Point
it's usually
Market.
by Save-A-Lot. But right now, because of COVID, we're not really having a market this year.
Yeah.
But you never know. Things could look up with COVID and we could start selling again. But for now, we're just donating and cooking what we have.
All right, I'm just wandering, so you tell me where we're going.
So, let's see. In this little grassy area, there's like weeds growing, but there is some squash. It's kind of hard to see the beds. Dylan's better with the
That's okay. You can see that there's definitely squash in there.
I think there's
the weeds
definitely
take over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do think there's pumpkin in there because there was this giant squash that we just didn't know what it was. So I'm pretty sure it's a pumpkin.
So there you go,
I
Samantha.
think it was.
We'll get that pumpkin for you, girl. That's the one that you need. So just as a kind of a thought process here, it's very odd when you stop to think about it that you've got this whole wonderful little complex, literally a block off of Taylor Boulevard behind the Save-A-Lot. And what a great and unique use of this property
Yeah,
to do what you're doing.
Odd, and yet, why not grow food
That's
in a
exactly-
giant open green space?
Yep.
And, you know, we recognize that there have been a lot of calls for justice in our community this summer.
Absolutely.
And you know, we believe that food justice is a critical component of that.
One of the
People
greatest
need
forms
access
of
to food.
protest is to feed the hungry.
Yeah, people need food.
People need food. It's the most essential human element. And thank you for what you're doing to help feed the
Yeah.
West, because I think that they're just an amazing group.
Well, these young people, they are driving change in our community, and they're using their voices in really powerful ways, and doing as Fatima said, you know, the rewarding work of coaxing food out of the ground and making it available to people.
Well, what I love about what you're doing right now is you are the leader, and you turned me over to Fatima, who has so ably led us through this tour. And you are a pro. I'm so proud of you and all the work that you've done, and how hard it was for you to start talking to people, and how you've learned how to do it, and explaining things and giving tours. And you know, I'm thinking maybe like a Halloween decor thing where you could put up like a drive-by Halloween along the fence, and you know, and give people an idea of, just put up signs that say during the winter, you know, during the summer and fall we grow food here, just to let people know what you're doing.
Yeah, we have thought about doing some decorations along the fence, so that sounds like a good idea.
Well, I love what you're all doing here. Give us a contact for a website or whatever, so we can find out more about Iroquois Urban Farm.
It's like foodliteracyproject.org, right?
Foodliteracyproject.org.
That's right.
Okay. And are you on Facebook as well?
We're on Facebook, yep.
And Instagram?
and
Good.
Twitter, yeah.
Keep us tuned up. That'll be fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so nice to meet you finally, Carol and
as well.
Fatima. You just did a beautiful job touring me around the mud farm. It was, look at this, guys.
We're growing mud.
Look at this, guys. This is what we look at. Fatima's feet. She's almost in worse shape than I am. It's so nice to meet you guys. I hope you have a wonderful rest of the weekend, and we're going to get that pumpkin out of there for Samantha.
Definitely.
Sounds good. Thanks, you guys. This is Iroquois Urban Farm, just off Taylor's. You can see Taylor Boulevard. You can see the traffic whizzing by right there. Took me about 10 minutes to get here from Crescent Hill. Just, you know, shot out the expressway. Easy to do. And you can too. Thanks for joining us this morning. I'll see you at Injustice Square for the 100 Days of Protest celebration starting today at noon.